Today we're diving into the Disney Destiny. This is Disney Cruise Line's next new ship. This is a Wish class ship. It's the same 144,000 gross tons as the Wish and Treasure. It's a sister ship, so it's going to be very similar in the layout, but every detail is going to scream heroes and villains, which I think is super exciting. Very unique. In today's episode, we're unpacking everything we know so far. Everything you need to know before you get on the Disney Destiny. The Disney Destiny's maiden voyage departs November 20th, 2025. It's coming up soon. Make sure you're subscribed. We'll have lots of updates. This is going to be embarking from Port Everglades on a 4-night voyage to Castaway Cay and Disney's brand new Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point. After that, she'll alternate 4- and 5-night Bahamian and Caribbean sailings, Nassau, Cozumel, plus at least one day on one of the island destinations. And for the first time, this ship is home ported in Fort Lauderdale. So this is the first time a new build is giving South Florida cruisers a fresh home port option. On the bow, we've got Minnie sporting a flowing red cape. I love superhero Minnie. She is ready to save the day. On the stern, we've got Spider-Man in his classic pose. He is the first ever Marvel figure in that spot. Once you step into the Grand Hall, you're going to be greeted by the imposing Black Panther statue. At night, the lighting is going to shift from bright hero blues to moody villain purples, depending on who's in there and what's going on. Absolutely perfect when switching from a Heroes Unite or to a Villains Takeover party. So, how does the Disney Destiny compare to the Wish and Treasure? All three share the same hull, the rotational dining, AquaMouse, and high-tech facilities, but their stories is what brings the difference. The Wish has Arendelle and Frozen, the Treasure has Coco and Moana, and the Destiny really brings together Disney, Pixar, and Marvel with this heroes and villains theme. So first off, let's talk shows. The crown jewel on the Disney Destiny is going to be Disney's Hercules. This is going to bring those larger-than-life characters from the movie to the stage. You can follow the muses as they sing their way through this timeless tale of good versus evil. In addition to the iconic songs that you already know, there's also going to be a heartfelt ballad originally written for the movie, but it was left out in the final cut, so you will actually get to see that during the stage show on the Disney Destiny. But what is really going to be cool about the Hercules show, I think, is the puppet. So the Disney Destiny's sister ship, the Disney Treasure, has a brand new stage show as well, and that is the Tale of Moana. They have this amazing puppet that was created for Taka for the Tale of Moana. It takes 4 people to operate this puppet. They are using this puppet from the Moana play as the inspiration for the puppet in the Hercules stage show. The show development for Disney Hercules is in full swing. As a matter of fact, in May, Disney's Live Entertainment traveled to Nashville to record the music for this new Broadway-style stage show. And fun fact, this musical arrangement was brought to life by an orchestra of nearly 70 talented musicians, plus a 10-piece marching band drum line, and a 17-voice choir of some of Nashville's greatest gospel singers. So while this spectacular mythical journey remains true to the film's essence, it's also going to present a fresh and modern take, tailor-made for a live theater audience. They will have 2 other live shows on the Disney Destiny. They will have Frozen, a musical spectacular. Of course, this is going to bring the enchantment of Arendelle. You get to relive the adventure of Anna and Elsa as they encounter mythical trolls, a not-so-charming prince, and everyone's favorite summer-loving snowman, Olaf. And the third show that they will have on the Disney Destiny is Disney Sees the Adventure. This original stage show stars Goofy and other beloved Disney and Pixar friends as they journey through uncharted waters. Now, by far, the Broadway-style stage shows are the epitome of the show entertainment on board Disney Cruise Line, and they are starting to add to that. With the Wish-class ships, they have started having more entertainment. For example, Dr. Facilier is from Disney's Princess and the Frog. He is commonly known as the Shadow Man. He is definitely a villain but he can be a fun villain. Dr. Facilier is going to have a magic act in the Grand Hall of the Disney Destiny. This is where the Shadow Man brings dark magic to center stage. So he's literally just going to be in the Grand Hall performing magic at different times during the cruise. Card tricks, there's probably some disappearing props, maybe some illusions. Another piece of entertainment that they're going to have is the Cruella de Vil fashion show. This is where models get to strut their designs inspired by her spotted couture, complete with live voiceovers from Cruella herself. That's just another level of fun that is not on the first 4 cruise ships. They're all great, they all have their different vibes, but I really love how they are stepping up the entertainment quite a few notches for the Wish class ships. One of our other favorite pieces of entertainment on board is the AquaMouse. This is their animated coaster at sea. So it's like a ride and a water coaster all in one. This one, of course, is going to have a villainous twist because this is our heroes and villains ship. With the AquaMouse, you can join Mickey Mouse and Minnie on an all-new water coaster adventure featuring Disney foes like the Evil Queen, Scar, and Chernabog. As you ride up Villain Mountain, sing along to animated scenes that quickly swing from menacing to silly. Then get ready for some incredible ocean views, special effects, and water-soaked thrills as you plunge through winding tubes up, down, and over the side of the ship. I actually think that part going through the tube over the side of the ship is the best. They have so much entertainment on a Disney cruise ship. We're not going to get into all of the activities and entertainment on board, but a couple of other things that are unique to these Wish class ships are the villain trivia nights. I think that will be a lot of fun. They're going to have some interactive dance parties, I'm sure. They also have the Incredibles themed Hero Zone. This is their sports and recreation area on the new Wish class ships. It is themed to the Incredibles. This is where you can have free play sports. They've got shuffleboard, air hockey, foosball tables, ping pong table, basketball, other games in here as well. Plus, this is air conditioned, so it's inside. Some of the first cruise ships have the sports deck up top out in the sun. That can get a little hot in the Bahamas, so it's nice to have a climate controlled environment. And then the super fun premier activity offered in the Hero Zone is the Incredible Games. This is an Incredibles themed inflatable obstacle course. It completely turns the area into a family friendly physical challenge. Make sure you bring your socks. You need them for this obstacle course. It is a fun place to have a little more hero fun with the family, get a little bit of competition and exercise in. In addition to that, they have the entertainment that is specifically for our tiny humans. They will have a nursery for those that are under 3. There is a charge for the nursery and you do need to reserve it in advance. They also have Mickey and Minnie's Captain's Deck. This is a fun little play space with a slide, a ship's wheel, and a busy box. And if you're really lucky, you might even get to see Captain Minnie herself. For the tiny humans ages 3 through 10, they have the Oceaneers Club and the Oceaneers Lab. They're going to have Fairy Tale Hall. This is where the kids can meet Disney princesses. You can do crafts here like making floating lanterns at Rapunzel's art studio, act out favorite stories in Belle's library. They even can create their own ice magic. For our Marvel-loving kiddos, they have Avengers Assemble. This is the Marvel Superhero Academy. This is where your tiny humans get to join forces with Spider-Man, Black Panther, Ant-Man the Wasp, and other favorite superheroes. For the Star Wars lovers, they can join the Resistance. They will have Star Wars Cargo Bay. This is where they get to climb aboard a starship, prepping for a mission to support the Resistance. They get to team up with iconic Star Wars friends like Chewbacca and Rey as the crew's newly appointed exotic creature handler, wrangle otherworldly critters. But to me, the part that looks like the most fun is the Walt Disney Imagineering Lab. This has hands-on activities where they get to experience the thrill of actually stepping into the shoes of a Disney Imagineer. They get to design their own roller coaster and then climb aboard a specially designed capsule to experience their creation in action. And for those of you that really want to try some of these but are not in the 3 to 10 age range, don't worry, you actually can do this. They will have open houses at the youth clubs. So pro tip, when you book your cruise, download the Disney Cruise Line Navigator app. You're going to use this app for everything. There's a countdown once you book the cruise. You can do your online check-in on there, make reservations, all kind of interactivity with the app, especially once you get to the ship. Once you are on on the ship, you can go through the daily schedules and see when they have an open house. They will almost always have one that first day because everybody's got to get the lay of the land. And then they will also have them throughout the cruise, most especially on port days. A port day is the perfect time to go in and experience all the fun stuff during the youth club open houses. And really cute for the Disney Destiny, when young cruisers slide into the Disney's Oceaneer Club on the Disney Destiny. That's right, slide right off the Grand Hall. There is a slide where they can go straight to the Oceaneers Club, and you can do that too during the open house. When the young cruisers take that slide down into the Oceaneers Club, they will be transported to the candy-filled world of Sugar Rush from Walt Disney's Wreck-It Ralph. The Disney Imagineers are bringing the video game to life at the entrance of the youth activities area. How cute are these statues of Vanellope and Wreck-It Ralph? In addition to that, they will have Edge. This is for the teens and tweens, ages 11 to 14. This is a New York City inspired hangout. It's got windows overlooking the ocean. Very hip and fun for our selfie loving tweens. For teens, they have Vibe. This is for ages 14 through 17. They've got music, TV, interactive games. This is more of a Parisian style loft feel. It's got a retro twist and a bunch of funky pop art. And the last spot they have in that youth area is for Gen Z. This is a chill hangout where they can relax, socialize, listen to music, sing karaoke, just hide away. They are going to have a lot of character interactions too. Heroes and villains alike, from Disney, Pixar, Marvel. We know for sure that Loki is going to try and take over the ship. Cruella de Vil has her own piano lounge and her fashion show in the Great Hall. Dr. Facilier from Princess and the Frog will be doing magic tricks in the Grand Hall. You will also see Maleficent, Black Panther, Spider-Man, and so many more. In addition to that, they will also have Saga. This is where they will have musical performances, comedy acts, and game shows. It's a 2-story family lounge, and this will take subtle inspiration from the Marvel film Black Panther. And by night, this space will transform into a dazzling adults exclusive lounge. This is likely where you're going to find Match Your Mate, which is a really fun game show. Make sure you go to Match Your Mate while you are on board. And another pro tip, I really love Jack Jack's Diaper Dash. They typically will have that in the Hero Zone. That is where they race babies, and it is hilarious. And in addition to the AquaMouse, they're gonna have plenty of water fun. They have 10 pools and water play areas, but that being said, please be aware that these are tiny and are almost always tiny human soup, so just be prepared for that. But they did kind of break up the crowds a little bit on the Wish class ships by having so many different areas for water play and pools. They have the Toy Story Splash Zone for the little ones. It's gonna have those larger than life rubber bath toys and the Slidosaurus Rex family slide. In addition to that, they will have these typical adults only Quiet Cove area. This is a very small area on the Wish class ships. The pool in particular is very small. I know a lot of people like to go on a cruise ship to really enjoy the pools, and for me, for Disney cruise, that's just not really a thing. I enjoy the hot tub. I enjoy the hot tub, especially in the Rainforest rooms that have them on board. The Rainforest room is in the spa. It's adult only, and it is an extra charge. That can be nice, though, to have those. But for the most part, especially for us, the Disney cruise is really about the entertainment, the water rides, the shows, the trivia, the food, the ports. But the pools, just be aware, they are very full pretty much all the time. I will say that our pro tip here, if you really want that pool, the best time you're going to get it is on embarkation day when you get on the ship. Have your bathing suits on underneath your clothes or in your carry-on bag. As soon as you get on the ship, head straight to the pools. That's the most empty you're probably going to find them. Same for the AquaMouse. The other time where they are going to be a little more available is during dinner and during port days. Okay, moving on. Now, we know a Disney cruise is not just for kids. This is no exception. As a matter of fact, I think Heroes and Villains might be more for the adults than any other ship. and they've got some really great spots. So first of all, they have DeVille's Piano Lounge. Of course, this is going to be based off the famous fashionista villain Cruella de Vil from Disney's 101 Dalmatians. This is going to be near the Grand Hall, and it really is meant to mirror Cruella's bold attitude and flair for the dramatic. It's really trendy. They're gonna have trendy martinis, old-fashioned cocktails, high-end champagne and wine. They have this really cool black and white spotted piano as the central focal point. The lounge is featuring Hollywood Regency architecture. It's going to have really funky fabrics. It's got a really modern look with the different shapes of the furniture. The fabrics are going to be really lush. They've made the cocktails really unique. They've got some really fun barware here. It's really just all focused with that black, white, red, and of course the Dalmatian spots. One of their signature drinks is going to be the Fashionista, which is a strawberry and banana infused tequila. They will also have a really fun strawberry shortcake popcorn there as well. DeVille's Piano Lounge is unique to the Disney Destiny. Another unique lounge specific to the Disney Destiny will be the Sanctum. This is where you can venture into a world of powerful sorcerers. This is based off Marvel Studios' Doctor Strange. Of course, Disney loves to do the Easter eggs. They're gonna have a ton of those here as well. This is really inspired by the New York Sanctum. You'll recognize some details from the film's Chamber of Relics, plus suspended spell books, other enchanting Easter eggs that we'll find out when we get closer to seeing the ship in person. And they're doing some fun stuff with the cocktails here as well. As you can see, this Circle of Cosmos is one of their unique cocktails, and that glass is upside down. Also unique to the Disney Destiny will be the Cask and Cannon. This is a Pirates of the Caribbean themed bar. Woo! I'm surprised they haven't done this before, to be honest with you. This is going to be the pub on the Disney Destiny. It's going to have plundered treasures, of course, because they're pirates, rum bottles, jail cell keys. It really is based off Pirates of the Caribbean, and it's also where you can go to watch the latest sports games and try a brew or spirit pirate style served straight from the barrel. And the one I am most excited about, even though it is not exclusive to the Disney Destiny, because it is on the Disney Treasure as well, and that is the Haunted Mansion Parlor. Yes! This is where you get to encounter lively spirits at the Haunted Mansion Parlor. Of course, there's some grim grinning ghosts there as well. This area is so themed. The Haunted Mansion Parlor really brings the classic attraction to life. There's interactive elements, themed drinks, a swinging wake. This is meant to resemble the drawing room of a classic cruise liner, and you definitely want to pay attention while you're in this space. It's going to have lots of Easter eggs from the Haunted Mansion ride at the parks. They have a rotating show in here that will go on throughout the day. You'll get to have an experience of Madame Leota. There's actually a scavenger hunt that I've heard of as well in here. I would check into that while you're there as well, if you want to enhance your Haunted Mansion Parlor experience. One other bar that they are going to have that is really beautiful is the Rose. This is themed after Disney's Beauty and the Beast. This is reminiscent of the Enchanted Castle. You can sip a cocktail here surrounded by antique mirrors, floating rose petals, and really beautiful ocean views. As all the ships do, they will have a fitness center on board. They will also have a spa. Pro tip, on the first day, they will have a spa raffle. If you're interested in that, make sure you check the Navigator app. You need to sign up ahead of time, and then you must be present to win. One of the things that we love about the spa is the Rainforest room. This is an additional cost, and they are limited. They typically have these available for pre-purchase for the length of the voyage, and once you're on the ship, sometimes they will have day passes available. The Rainforest room on the Destiny is so nice. It's got the typical heated loungers, plus the varying types of showers. In addition, the Disney Destiny also has an ice room inside, and they have a whole area outside with all of these beautiful places to sit, a hot tub. If you're looking for that extra abundance, this is a place to check out. They will have the Cove Cafe as well on board for adults 18 and over. This is going to be a coffee shop and bar. They also have a little area for adults only to lay out and enjoy the sun. Now, if you want a little bit of salon time while you are on the ship, they also have that. For the kids, they have Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. This is where they get to be transformed into a princess, knight, pirate, or sea captain. In addition to that, they will also have the Untangled Salon and the Hooks Barbery for the men, which does include an old-fashioned speakeasy in the evening. Hey everybody, Editor Ann here. While I was working on this video, they actually released some limited time Disney Destiny merchandise. This is specifically for the Maiden Voyage and the Inaugural year. So we saw this over on Laughing Place. This was released because this is for the people on the Maiden Voyage so they can pre-purchase merchandise. I love that idea because they are always selling out of merch. This is partially for the Maiden Voyage exclusively, and then this is also partially for the Inaugural year, the first year for the Disney Destiny. They actually have their own website set up for this so that if you are on the Maiden Voyage, this link should have been sent to you by your travel agent or by Disney. If you're booked on the Maiden Voyage for the Disney Destiny and you have not gotten this information yet, reach out to Disney or to your travel agent so that you can pre-purchase your merchandise. This is supposed to be in your stateroom waiting for you when you get on the ship, which is a lot of fun. You actually have to pre-purchase this, it looks like, so check into that. And again, this is just for people on the Maiden Voyage for this pre-purchase opportunity. It looks like this is also Inaugural year merchandise that will be available in the shops once you are on the ships as well. That stuff sells out fast. So here's my big pro tip. When you get on the ship, check your Disney Cruise Line Navigator app. Find out what time the shops are going to open. They will not open while you are in port. They have to be so far out at sea in order to open. If you really want this Inaugural year merchandise, I highly suggest getting in line for the shop before it opens. You might want to start checking an hour early maybe. I'm sure people are going to line up. My other tip is if you do not see the Inaugural merchandise, ask crew members, and I would go by and ask every day because sometimes they put out new merchandise and sometimes people will return something. I feel like that's way less likely with Inaugural merchandise, but nonetheless worth checking. So let's see what they've got. Of course, they've got some hoodies, polos, spirit jerseys, hats, some limited edition pins. I really like this Maiden Voyage tumbler. I love how they're using the golds on the Disney Destiny. And then they've also got some Inaugural shirts and pins, spirit jerseys. I absolutely love this Inaugural Loungefly backpack. This is completely adorable. I think the Inaugural Pandora 3-piece charm set is really cute as well. Of course, they've got to have their Doonies. I do really like this character throw. And I think these ornaments are great. $35 and $30 respectively is honestly not bad for an Inaugural year ornament. And if you're a frequent Disney cruiser, you've got to have the Disney Destiny Grand Hall figurine as well as the ship collectible. Those are just must-haves. They've got the hero-themed ears and Loungefly purse as well. And here's another hero-themed Loungefly purse. This is the most merchandise I've seen for Maiden Voyage yet. Hopefully they've ordered in abundance because they do often sell out of their inaugural merchandise. But if you're on that Maiden Voyage, here's your special opportunity to order ahead of time. One of the other things that we really love on board any cruise is the food. And the Disney Destiny in particular, I am super excited about. They will have 3 main dining restaurants, as do all of the cruise ships. So we're going to start with Pride Land's Feast of the Lion King. This is going to be their most themed dinner on board the ship. This is a first of its kind musical dining experience, and it's going to celebrate Simba's courageous courageous journey to fulfill his destiny as king of the Pride Lands. They will have a musical retelling of The Lion King by a pride of singers and musicians. They're going to perform iconic songs from the film. There's going to be an interpretive dancer, a trio of live musicians specializing in authentic African instruments. And the food is going to be based off of flavors from African cuisine. I think the show will be great here, but I am really excited for the food. They'll have some traditional dishes and then also some dishes that incorporate authentic spice blends, regional sauces, grains, and produce that you would find in Africa. A few examples here: Nala's roasted pork tenderloin. This is going to have black-eyed bean chorizo casserole, fried yucca, thyme, and pickled purple onions. A pan-seared Berber-spiced roasted chicken. This is going to have a nice spicy flavored rice, plantains, blistered tomatoes, and a green harissa sauce. The Cape Malay shrimp curry has garam masala, turmeric, cumin, coconut curry, basmati, cucumber sambal, and the heirloom tomato kachumbari is a golden beet caviar, nut and seed, dukkha spiced goat cheese, and pea tendrils. So you really do get to try some more unique flavors here. For desserts, they're going to have a pineapple upside down cake. I feel like it's kind of hard to go wrong here with some yummy caramelized pineapple. The warm chocolate malva pudding is a sweet vanilla pudding with apricot jam, warm buttery cream sauce, and vanilla ice cream. Yum. And of course, they've got to have some unique drinks for the restaurant. Every restaurant on board the Disney Cruise Line ships have unique drinks specific for the restaurant. Here, they're going to have Can You Feel the Rum Tonight? That's a 7-year oak aged rum, amarula cream liqueur, mango smoothie mix, along with a little bit of cinnamon and fresh mint. And for non-alcoholic, they have the slimy yet satisfying. This is a Sprite infused with lime gelatin and garnished with centipede and worm gummies. Pretty sure a lot of tiny humans are definitely going to enjoy that one. Their kind of mid-theme restaurant on the Disney Destiny is Worlds of Marvel. At the Worlds of Marvel on board the Disney Destiny, you get to join Baby Groot. This is going to be a celebration of the world's greatest heroes at Worlds of Marvel. When his best friend Rocket Raccoon starts to feel a bit left out, our Twiggy MC takes it upon himself to make this a rockin' and rollin', marvelously musical meal. This is going to feature hits from the awesome mixtapes featured in the Guardians of the Galaxy films. This is going to be more on the screens around you, and they probably will have some trivia in there as well. Some of the fan favorites here include the steamed bao buns with ginger orange pork belly, the golden mystic pasta with caramelized scallops. For me, though, it would have to be the Delmonico ribeye steak. And the third main dining restaurant is 1923. This is where you get to really travel back to the golden age of Hollywood. 1923 is the year that the Walt Disney Studios opened, and this restaurant is meant to immerse you in the sophisticated dining experience of that era. It's going to have the fresh flavors of California as the cuisine. There's typically over 1,000 pieces of storyboard sketches and props recalling all of the heroes and villains of classic Disney animated movies. In these restaurants, make sure you take a look around while you're in there. And the fan favorite dish here is no surprise, it's churros with dulce de leche dipping sauce. Yum! In addition to their main dining, of course, you've got to eat all day long, so they're going to have Marceline Market. This is where they have their kind of buffet, casual eating area. This is a walk-around service area. There are 10 counters here. This is going to be your go-to spot for classic favorites. They also are going to have some international specialties. They even have plant-based offerings there. This is going to be open for breakfast and lunch. And while you're up on the decks, they will have Mickey and Friends Festival of Foods. This is going to feature barbecue, Donald's Cantina. The tacos are actually really good, I've heard. Pizza at Daisy's Pizza Pies, Goofy's Grill, and Minnie's Delight. In addition to that, they will have 2 walk-up cafes. The Hercules-inspired Cafe Megara is where you can find coffee, tea, specialty beverage, and snacks. These snacks are an additional charge. And they will also have Cafe Merida, inspired by Disney and Pixar animated film Brave. And speaking of food you pay for, in addition to that, they will have Edna a la mode's sweet shops. And the specialty dining for 18 and above will be Palo Steakhouse, where you can get northern Italian food and some really good steaks. And Enchante. Enchante is where you can taste French-inspired dishes. These are crafted by 3 Michelin-starred chef Arnaud Lallement, and this restaurant pays tribute to our romance-loving character from Beauty and the Beast, Lumiere. And make sure you budget a little bit of tip money for room service. Room service is included with the cost of the cruise. It is available 24 hours a day. It is one of my favorite things. For some reason, I really love to get a salad late at night or some warm cookies and milk. And we really like to get the continental breakfast in the morning, some fruit, some juice, some coffee. We take that out to the veranda to get the day started. It's a beautiful way to start your morning on board the ship. And pro tip, they typically have Uncrustables and Mickey bars. They're not on the menu, but they will have them if you ask. The Destiny has approximately 1,200 staterooms for approximately 4,000 guests. They've got inside staterooms, ocean view, verandas, all the way up to 2-story concierge suite. And new with the Wish class ships, they started the Tower Suite. On the Disney Destiny, this is going to be Iron Man themed. It's 2 stories, 2,000 square feet. The Destiny Concierge staterooms are inspired by Fantasia. The 7 special suites are taking a cue from The Incredibles, and of course, that Tower Suite is going to be Iron Man themed. The Disney Destiny's Concierge Lounge is going to be themed after the Avengers and their Manhattan headquarters. All concierge guests have access to the lounge in addition to a private sun deck. The lounge offers complimentary food and beverages throughout the day, including alcoholic beverages during their happy hour. So, of course, we've got to have a few rumors here. Some people think that the Disney might send the Destiny to Galveston because Galveston is going to be a new home port for Disney Cruise Line in 2027. So for now, she's staying in Fort Lauderdale, but some people think the Destiny might be sent to Galveston. We did a video recently about this new home port and how we thought the 4th Wish class ship would likely be the one that is going to Galveston. There is a small chance that the Disney Destiny could go to Galveston, but I really think it will likely be that brand new Wish class ship, or maybe more likely the Disney Wish, because Galveston is typically where they send their older ships. But for now, she's staying in Fort Lauderdale. There also have been audition notices that hint at additional villains that might be on the ship, like Ursula or Hades. I definitely feel like Hades could be on the ship. So far though, Disney has only confirmed Maleficent, Cruella, Dr. Facilier, and some of the heroes. There have also been whispers of a secret villain art corridor. I really don't know exactly what that would mean, but actually we did see some special art recently. This is artist Hannah Laughlin, who is working on these Easter egg loaded still life paintings. These are inspired by the villains, Captain Hook, Prince John, and the Evil Queen. And these will actually be installed on deck 4 in a corridor near Hook's Barbary. I think this is really fun because there are a lot of details in here, a lot of Easter eggs. So specifically, this Captain Hook painting shows the lavish gold, silks, jewels, and feathers that would be found in Hook's private quarters. There is also this little detail in here where it looks like a lantern door left slightly ajar, as if Tinkerbell just made her escape, as she did in the Disney animation film. And this is just one small example of the Easter eggs and the art that is on a Disney cruise ship. They have art everywhere, in the corridors, especially in the stairwells, and there's so much hidden within them. You know, Disney loves their Easter eggs. So if you have some downtime, which I know it's hard to find some downtime on a Disney cruise because there's so much going on, but I highly recommend looking at some of the art while you're on board. There's been a lot of excitement about this ship. Some people speculating this might be the best themed ship in its class, with Lion King and Black Panther, Marvel, and so so many villains. I think that there is just so much to work with on the ship. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Let us know in the comments below, which hero or villain moment are you most excited about? And if you enjoy these videos, if you find some value in them, please share them with your friends, with your cruise group. We'd love to have you go support us on Patreon. And if you haven't seen it yet, a Disney employee leaked huge cruise news for the Disney Adventure. That's that Singapore ship. Is it coming to the US? Go check it out.